We have another example on the board. Again, we're supposed to prove that the left side is equal to the right. We're going to start proving this identity from the right side this time. So what we're supposed to do first, we're supposed to copy this down. We have tangent x over 2 plus cotangent x over 2. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to convert tangent and cotangent to the quotient relations. I mean, tangent is going to be converted to sine over cosine, and cotangent is going to be converted to cosine over sine. So I have sine x over 2 over cosine x over 2 plus cotangent is cosine x over 2, and this is sine x over 2 in the denominator. Next, we're supposed to add these two fractions. Remember, anytime you add fractions, you're supposed to find a common denominator. Common denominator for both of them is going to be cosine x over 2 times sine x over 2. So let me write this down. We have cosine x over 2 times sine x over 2. Okay, and second fraction is going to have exactly the same denominator, cosine x over 2, and I have times sine x over 2. Now, I multiply denominator by sine x over 2. I have to do the same thing for the numerator. That's why I'm going to have sine square x over 2. And this denominator, I mean this one, I multiply by cosine x over 2. Whatever I did in the denominator, I have to do also in the numerator. That's why I'm going to have cosine square x over 2. Now we have common denominator, and we can perform the addition of these two fractions. Sine square angle plus cosine square of the same angle is equal 1. This is the Pythagorean relation, so you can rewrite this as 1 over, and because I have multiplication in the denominator, I can change the order of these two trigonometric functions. I have sine x over 2 times cosine x over 2, where this is my angle. I'm going to call this alpha, and this is also my angle, the same angle, alpha. Why I wrote alpha over here? Because right now I'm going to use this formula. I have sine alpha times cosine alpha. Sine alpha times cosine alpha. So what I'm supposed to do, I'm supposed to solve this formula for sine alpha cosine alpha by dividing both sides of this formula by 2. And I have simply sine alpha times cosine alpha is equal sine 2 alpha divided by 2. What I mean by that? It means that I can rewrite this denominator like this. So what am I supposed to do? Simply write 1 divided by, and I have sine 2, and we said that alpha is equal x divided by 2. That's why I'm going to write over here x divided by 2 over 2 divided by 2. Now, 2 times x divided by 2 is equal simply x. And let's take a look what we have got. We We have 1 divided by sine x over 2. Now we're supposed to perform the division. So this is nothing else, just 1 times, because remember, anytime we divide fractions, we're supposed to copy the first number or fraction down, and division we're supposed to change to the multiplication and find the reciprocal of the second fraction. So I'm going to have 2 over sine x, which is equal 2 over sine x. You can rewrite this as 2 over 1 times 1 over sine x, where 2 divided by 1 is equal to, and 1 divided by sine x is equal cosecant x. Now let's take a look what we have got. We have 2 cosecant x, and on the left side of my original identity I have 2 cosecant x. So it means that we proved that the left side of my identity is equal to the right side.